Hi, it's Carolyn, the Contest Queen, having a little technical difficulties. So what I've got is I've got my computer over here. I'm trying this on my iPad, and I will be adding in the description later. I'm going to do the same thing as I did last week. I'm going to give away prizes for those attending today's session. I got halfway through the comments, and I had like 3 pages of questions. So, and then the feed's going to fly by. So I got my computer up, so I'm going to see if I can just look over here and put myself up live to see if having it on a bigger screen off to my right is going to make it easier for me to answer questions. Because when it was on my little phone screen and they were flying by, it was so difficult. So, okay, I've got the mute on my phone, so let me see if I can make it bigger. Okay, so I think I may be able to see the questions better. So let me start. Where's my list? I got 3 pages. So I'm going to start answering the questions, and then we'll go through what I'm giving away this week. So first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Lori Griffith, who is one of my sweepstakes buddies from the States. And I've known her for at least a decade. Oh my gosh. As she was my unofficial assistant, she was answering all the comments because I can't, it's impossible. Hi Donna, hi Joanne. So thanks Lori, love you for helping me because it's crazy when you're doing this by yourself. So I'm going to start to go through these questions and then I'll answer questions that people have. So, Kenneth asked, how do you search for Instagram sweeps? Well, really the question should be, how do you search for social sweeps? Because searching on Instagram would be the same as Twitter and Facebook. So there is a search feature on each of those social media programs that allows you to type in keywords. So you can look for sponsors that you like or the keyword sweeps, things like that. But I find the best way that I find sweeps when I'm just trolling is I have a lot of sweeping buddies and I see their feeds and they're posting links to giveaways and I use those to enter. So that is how I find them. The same on Twitter and Instagram. I have people tag me. So we have our sweepstakes club and we turn around and we all tag each other so we can all the club gets a chance to win. And actually, I'm going to go jump down my list and answer Cynthia's question because as I was entering Kenneth's, I realized I was using lingo that might be confusing to some people. Cynthia wants to know what a sweeper is. What's really funny is in Canada, curling is very popular. I gotta have my drink tea. Can you check this out? How funny is that? I know I'm on the reverse screen, but I have enough mugs in my house, but I had to buy this one. Anyway, she wants to know what a sweeper is, and it comes from, it's a shortening of sweepstaker. So in the United States, people enter sweepstakes. So they're sweepstakers or sweepers. And in Canada, we enter contests, so we're contesters. And in the UK and Australia, they enter competitions, so they're known as compers, but we're all the same thing. Hi, Terry. Hi, Dawn. Okay, so let's go back to the questions. So actually, this one was very popular. I got it from Sonia, B, and Pam. And in general, what are the best sites to find contests? So what I did is when I started sweepstaking way back in 2001, which is, I know, it's kind of like short considering I know people that have been sweeping since the 80s and 70s. Hi, Sean. So what I did was I created Contest Queen as a hub of all things contesting. So if you go to my resources section, if you're in the States, click on Find Sweepstakes, and if you're in Canada, click on Find Contests. And I've started an international section, so if you're watching me from the UK or Australia, click on Find Competitions. And I list resources open to those countries. So there's some popular ones for each country, but I say go and check them out to see what works better for you, because you might like one site and somebody else might like another. And it all depends on how you like to organize your sweepstakes, what you're looking for. Check out different resources. Sometimes you dovetail them. So you might use one online site and then subscribe to a newsletter. So you could do a mixture. So it depends. And what I've chosen to enter has changed over the years. So when I started, I was in a Yahoo group called, oh my gosh, I don't even remember. And I used to subscribe to Canadian Contest Newsletter. And then I was on contestcanada.net. And then I was looking at red flag deals. And then they changed their system. So every time something changed, I didn't like it, I went on to something else. So right now I'm subscribed to contestcanada.com. So that's what I use. Hi, Carolyn. Plus, hi, Carolyn. I'm reading the comment. Hi, Courtney. So funny. And hi, Donna. So, and hi, Deborah. So that's what I do. I change as technology changes, as the sites change, as sweepstakes change. I change my system because if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So that's how I do it. But there's lots of the mistakes. There's Sweepstakes Today, Sweepstakes Advantage, I Win Contests. And actually, check out a previous video that I did with Tom Cavalli of I Win Contests. And he gives a lot of information, not just on his site, but on sweepstaking. Because how he got into it was he found me and he said, if she can do it, I can do it. And then he started and he actually wins more than me right now. I'm going to change that this year. That's my goal. And so he wins tons. And then he got so enthused and he wanted to share his excitement with other people. So he started his newsletter. So it's kind of almost in a pay it forward way. And he loves teaching people too, because there's so many different ways to sweep that one person doesn't know it all. And so it's great to pull in the resources. Hi, Ron. So it's a lot of fun. So the best sites to find contests is I say go to each of the resource sections on my website and just start poking around to the different sites and see what you think of each one. And when you're having fun, that's when you win. Okay, you have to make it easy for you. So let's see. Carol wrote, I'm not comfortable giving out my exact birth date. Can I give one out that would make me the same age? I know you're uncomfortable, but I give out my exact birth date. I've actually seen it in rules that if you're not giving the exact birth date, you'll be disqualified. It's really important, especially if some companies are like liquor companies, you have to be over a certain age, and if the birth date's wrong, that could be a problem. I know you might be 62, and the cutoff is 21, so it's not really a close discrepancy, but they might decide, well, if you've lied about that, you might lie about something else, and they might disqualify you. They write the rules in their favor, and they write them that they can disqualify you at any time, and most people don't realize, but the rules are a legal and binding contract between the entrant and the sponsor. And it's always written so that it's in favor of the sponsor, and it's court actionable. So if somebody took it to court, it would stand up in court and the sponsor would always win. So that's why it's very important that marketers, that's the advice I always give marketers. It's just like I tell sweepstakers, always read the rules. I tell marketers, have your rules locked down tight. So I know you're uncomfortable, but I have been giving out my proper age since 2001. I have no problem with it. I do have a problem with it. What I have a problem is every year I have to increase it to the age bracket. And I was very upset when I got car insurance this year that I qualified for the senior discount. Like, how do I qualify for the senior discount? I'm 50. I just turned 51. And I can't believe that I qualify for a senior discount. I'm like, oh my God, I'm getting old. So that's the part of the exact age that I don't like, but that's just aging gracefully. I guess you have to enjoy it. Okay, so Victoria asks, what's the best way to keep track of sweepstakes? She's a newbie and she can get overwhelmed. Well, of course, I'm going to give myself a promo here. Buy my book, Victoria. It's only $10 on Kindle. It's $20 on Amazon. And I'm telling you, one win will pay for that book. Easily, easily, easily. And I give out my entire way to organize in there. I show you step by step. This is one of the things that I put in my book that in older sweepstakes books, like back in the day, I actually took screenshots and circled different areas and showed you step by step. Oh, hey, Kay. Hi, Robert. Step by step, how to. So it really is a how-to book, and I show pictures with circles. Okay, so you're looking for this, and then click on that, and then right in this field, whatever it is. Like, it's literally step by step by step. So it's going to be the easiest way. And I teach you how to keep track. I teach 2 different ways to keep track. I know some people then modify it, and that's what I think you should do, because I've even modified it a little bit over the years. As new technology comes out, as things update, as new programs are introduced, I alter things and I update things. So I think that's the easiest way. But if you just want a quick piece of advice, most people start by keeping track of things in their browser. But how to do that exactly, I mean, that's a whole class in itself. I teach a class called Contesting for Beginners, and it's only $25. And I actually take people step by step, and what's nice is I use a program called Zoom when I run those classes. And then I can screen share and show people exactly how to do it, and then they can ask questions, and I can review stuff or show specific examples that, you know, might not have been in my course outline. So Lily asks, if you won last year, would you enter this year? She's having a long dry spell. Okay, so first of all, we need to send her some fairy dust. Lily, we're going to send you some lucky fairy dust. And yeah, I would. There's a lot of contests, big ones, that I've entered year after year. Could be my year. I don't know. That's the thing. You just don't know. What if this is your year? So, and maybe you want to mix up your hobby a little. Here, I'm just going to move that paper out of the way. Maybe you want to mix up your hobby a little, because obviously what you're doing now has led to a dry spell. And you want to get out of that. So I think there's an expression, if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to get what you always got. So however you're currently entering has triggered this dry spell. So I would take a look at it and maybe try entering some other ways. So if you're focused on mail-ins, maybe focus on the radio contest for a while. Or if you got a new phone, maybe you'll try Instagram, throwing in Instagram as the most popular, and try mixing that up and see if that helps. And, you know, it's like a shift. It's like, I can equate it to exercise and training. A lot of times people are on diet and exercise, and then they hit this plateau, and then they have to change what they're eating or change their exercise program or both to start losing the weight again or to get more muscle or whatever it is. So it's kind of the same thing. You're in a plateau of sweepstakes, so you need to change something to kind of break that plateau and start winning again. And speaking of fairy dust, somebody asked me this. She says, Joan says, do you sell lucky fairy dust? Well, it's funny. I used to have an online store. I used to sell fairy dust. Well, not specifically fairy dust. I used to sell lucky items. I had 4-leaf clover items. I had necklaces, earrings, bracelets. I had lucky 4-leaf clover jewelry. I had crystals. I had lucky oil. I had lucky candles. I had all kinds of stuff. And it didn't sell very well. So finally I just liquidated my store, and that was the end of my and then whatever was left at the end last year, I just gave it all away. There was little bits, pieces here and there, and I wanted to clean my office because I painted it. As a lot of you know, I did my nice corporate colors, the gray and purple. So yeah, I don't sell fairy dust. But there might be somebody out there selling it. So let's go back to the list. Patrick says, am I missing out on contest if I ignore social media? Yes. Yes. And I will give you an example. I started dating someone, and we've been going out about a month. And so he said, so instead of going out, instead of watching a movie, we had dinner, and instead of watching a movie, he said, so how about this contest stuff? How about you start winning me stuff? I'm like, okay, well, I guess you can't date the contest queen without being all in, right? So I said, okay. So we came up to my office, and we sat here, and we set him up email just for entering sweepstakes, and I got them all organized and set up. So if it's one entry per person, especially now, Valentine's has been coming up. I've been on all the romance contests. I enter me and I enter him, and hopefully we'll win a getaway. But there was some contests, and they also do Twitter. I said, we got to get you on Twitter. He's like, I don't understand Twitter. I said, that's okay. I'll teach you. So I got them all set up on Twitter. And I'll send him messages, like I'll text him and I'll say, okay, go here and enter this, because I can't do it. He needs to do it on his phone. So I just message him instructions. And him and his son are off tonight at a hockey game in the special box because he won tickets. So he's liking this hobby. So it's fun, So yeah, you're missing out on social, because I got him set up on Twitter, and he's like the most ungeeky person you'd ever meet. And he's already on a free evening with his son. It's fantastic. That's what I like about the hobby, right? You just never know what you're going to win, and you get experiences that might not have been in your budget or might not have been in your plans or something you might not have thought of. So yeah, I would get on social media. Now, don't jump into all of them at once. It's too much. So most people in our age bracket are comfortable on Facebook. So now he's on Twitter. Might be a year before I would introduce him to Instagram. So, or, pick one and get really comfortable with it, and then add in another one. And I would say, actually, if you have to get comfortable with one, get comfortable with Instagram because of the Facebook changes. And I just, on my Idea Majesty Twitter account, I just retweeted an article because I want to go back. That's a trick. If I want to go back and read something, or there's a contest I want to go back and look at, but I don't have time to enter, I'll just retweet it, and then I'll go to my own timeline, and I'll find it, and then I can click the link. So there's another article on the whole Facebook algorithm changes and how we're going to see less and less on Facebook from sponsors and companies we like and pages. And so Neil Schaefer, who I interviewed for a blog post that I'm writing, said he's doubling down on Instagram. So I think we need to pay attention to that. Neil wants to know how to stay motivated. Boy, I think if I had the answer to that, I'd be the world's best guru, because I'd get people to lose weight and stay motivated on their diet and stay motivated on their weight loss, their exercise program, and stay motivated sweeping and stay motivated for anything. I just know that when I enter on a consistent basis, I win on a consistent basis. And so I know when I haven't won anything in a while, I know that I've been busy and I haven't been entering. So I kind of don't know. I want to explain it. Dorothy Schaefer, in the prize winner of Defiance, Ohio, she said you just have to want to. It's kind of in your blood. I've been doing it for so long, I don't know how not to. Yeah, Mitch says Instagram is, I want to just go back to that other one. Instagram is owned by Facebook. The algorithm changes will move there too. I don't think they're going to move there right away. None of the Facebook experts have been talking about how it's affecting Instagram. The reason they're starting with Facebook is that they really got caught up in this whole fake news issue. And what they basically want to do is when they change their algorithm and cut everything out, they're they don't have to deal with it. They'll just say, okay, we're not going to try and weed out the fake news from the good stuff. We're just going to kill it, and then everyone can figure out what else to do. Instagram really wasn't a part of that, so I don't know if they're going to push that same algorithm to Instagram. And Michelle is on a dry spell too, so we're going to send her some fairy dust. Deborah has an interesting question because I almost don't know how to answer this. What is the best strategy to find sweepstakes offering many prizes? I think that companies are giving out as many prizes as they used to, but they are now scattering their marketing budget across various platforms. So instead of in the old days, LaRonda, hey lady, oh I like, that's a great comment. Hey lady back. So instead of giving out, say, mailing in, and you can win a car and a TV and a trip and they were giving away electric kettles and toasters and microwaves and whatever, and they'd have this big pool of prizes. Now they go, okay, we're going to give away a car over here. We're going to give away a trip over here. We're going to give some toasters on Instagram, some kettles on Twitter, and so they're taking the exact same budget and they're scattering it. So I think it's harder and harder to find those sweepstakes that give away many prizes. One of the tricks that I do know, and this can go for other areas too, is when you find one, go through the official rules and read the verbiage they use to describe multiple prizing. And then set up a quote, a Google alert for using those words and see what it says. Okay, Danielle asked a question. I did catch it on the screen. I'm going to read it over here because I think she says, I'm from Canada. Is it worth entering worldwide or just Canada? I would say both. So when it's open to U.S. and Canada or worldwide, if it's one entry per person, I throw my hat in the ring because you never know. Just enter. If it's a daily and it's open to Canada and the U.S. or worldwide, I don't enter because my odds of winning are dismal and I have very, very limited time to enter. So if I'm going to enter a daily, it has to be for a big prize that I really want to win. I'm so busy right now, I'm not even entering to win like gift baskets and things like that. I don't have time to win shampoo. If I'm going to spend 10 minutes entering, it's going to be to win a car. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so how to stay motivated. Okay. Yeah, Julie asked, how do people organize their sweepstakes? I kind of answered this when I answered, what's the question? The same as Victoria, how to keep track, right? Keeping track and being organized are the same things. Actually, I think it's almost the key to winning. Okay. I better write that question down. All three. Boy, oh boy. I do need an assistant when I do these. I watch a lot of people online doing Facebook Lives with questions, and they have assistants answering the questions for them or typing them for them. And so they only have a few at a time. So, organizing your sweepstakes. So I say I help people find, organize, enter, and win sweepstakes. And I think organize is the key, because when you're organized, you can enter more sweepstakes in a shorter amount of time. That, I think, is the key. And I think it stems from the fact that I'm a very organized person, and that's how I came out with my system. I used to love that show Clean Sweep, and Peter Walsh, and he organizes the house, and everything's in little boxes, and he purges things. And honestly, if I wasn't a marketer, I would be a professional organizer. I love it. So basically, I took that, little bit of OCD, organized labeler. I got a labeler one Christmas in my stocking. It was like the best gift ever. I was even using it this weekend to label jars. I love it. I know what's in there. So I take that same, slight craziness and I apply it to the hobby, and it works very well because I keep track. I don't enter things that have closed. I don't duplicate entries. So it really helps. Some people use browsers. I personally use RoboForm. Some people will subscribe to some of the sites like contestcanada.com, Contest Girl, Sweepstakes Advantage. I think Sweepstakes Today does it. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But you can actually organize your sweepstakes within their system because you log in and it knows you've logged in, and so it will only show you certain sweepstakes or knows that you've already entered. So you can do that. Okay, so Caroline wants to know, and I'm assuming maybe she's a blogger too. She wants to know if you can how to fairly pick a winner from a Facebook contest. So I was always doing the timeline ones, and I was using WooBox to draw a winner. And then I started doing Facebook Lives and discovered that, oh, you can't use WooBox for videos. Oops. So I started doing some research, and I found Random Comment Picker. So I've been using that so far for these giveaways that I'm doing here. And I'm going to do even more research to see if there's something else, because I have to know how to do it for me, and then I can advise my marketing clients what to do. So someone said, because I lost their comment, I forgot to write down their name. They said, if you see a contest and they're giving a prize away on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, do you enter one or all three? I'm like, oh, I enter all three, because they probably are picking 3 winners, or they're pooling the entries, and they're allowing you to enter on all 3. So go and enter all 3. Okay, somebody writes this down. I better read this one because she wrote it out, and it says, oh, it's small. When a text states, reply with name, address, and age, what's the proper way to reply? April, 1234 Street, 44. I would put my name, my full mailing address. So if it's a text, I put my name, my full name. And then the next line, I write it out just like I'm writing a letter. And then at the end, I just write my number, 51. And then hit send back. That's what I do. Okay. Joan wrote, I thought RoboForm was free. It's not. They used to have a free version. Some people say there's still a free version out there. I don't know where it is. But it's worth every penny. It's less than $20 a year. If you go to my homepage, I get people a discount anywhere between 20 and 40%. So if you go to my homepage, contestqueen.com, and scroll down a little, you'll see a banner ad. And it says Friends of Contest Queen save up to 40%. Click on that, and it'll take you to a special page, and you can see, because I've been working with them since 2004. So they give me a special discount code that I pass on to my subscribers. And so you can get a discount. Now, it is worth it. Literally one win, and you've paid for it. So it's like any tool, right? If you like photography, you go out and get a camera. Well, that costs you money. If you like skiing, you want my skis and boots and poles. That costs you money. So any hobby, it has expenses attached to it. And sweepstaking has got to be the cheapest hobby. So I think it's worth every penny. So I pay, I've bought it in 2003, and I wouldn't look back. Joan also wants to know, if you do not sign up for sponsor emails, do you lessen your chances of winning? No. But depending on the sponsor, they might have email subscriber contests only. Dave Lackey is famous for doing this. So every Wednesday he sends out an email, and it usually has a contest in it, and you only get the link if you are a subscriber. So it's worth subscribing to them. And a lot of or they give their subscribers a heads up. So if a contest is starting, they'll send it out to their list first. And especially if there's limited time or it's daily, you may get a jump in on it and have an opportunity to win. That's a little bit better. Because by the time the word gets out, it gets harder and harder. But if you can enter on the first day and it's a daily, your odds of winning go up. Okay, I got halfway through the questions from the last one. Now I'm going to start answering questions from this one. So, let me look over here. See, I was smart. I put on the feet. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So do you usually care about the product, or are you just entering to enter? Or is it about selling the prize to get the money? Okay, Mitch wants to know that. Okay, I personally only enter if I want to win. Some people are in financial situations where they will enter everything and keep what they really want to win and sell what they can't because that helps put food on their table. Unfortunately, that's the situation some people find themselves in. So I personally choose, or I shouldn't just say what I want. If I see a prize and I know that someone that I care about, like a friend or a best friend or my mom or somebody, would love it, even though it's not for me, I would enter, because then my intention upon winning would be to give it away as a gift. Okay, so that's what I do. Oh, hi, Patrick. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Let me go up. Yeah, let me see any other questions. Okay. Oh, Danielle had some good advice that I'll share. She says, I wait a few days and enter a few and save them and enter almost at the end date. Yeah, that's actually a strategy. There's a website. I haven't checked it in a while. I'm just going to go see if it still exists. It used to be called Last Chance, I think, Sweepstakes. It's kind of interesting. Let's see if it's still there. Oh my gosh, it still exists. Let me see if it's still active. Last Chance Sweepstakes. So far, it's coming up. I'm running a lot of stuff now on my computer, and the Facebook Lives, so things are lagging a bit. Yeah. So there's a strategy. If you're looking for things that are ending tonight or tomorrow, go to lastchancesweepstakes.com. Try that. Okay. So no luck happening here. We sent her fairy dust. Oh, Marilyn said, she says, this past Christmas I didn't win anything. It was a bit of a disappointment. I entered so many and even new types I don't do most of the time. Oh, yeah, it was kind of dismal for me. I didn't win anything either. Catherine suggests using Excel spreadsheets or bookmarks. I think bookmarks are easier because they're part of the browser. When you click on them, it opens instead of having a different program. What do you think about the contest? Mitch wants to know, what do you think of the contest where the person who gets the most points or entries win surprises? I hate those. And actually, do I have any on my shelf? Yeah, here, I'll go pull one down. No, we're going to leave it for now. I'm not going to start flipping through a book. But behind me, you can see I have a collection of all sweepstakes-related books. There's 5 copies of the book called Advertising and Marketing Law in Canada, and it's all lawyers, and I get invited to every book launch. So every time they come out with a new edition, they invite me to the book launch. I'm the only non-lawyer there. And it was very funny because they have a whole section in the latest edition about voting contests. And when they were giving the presentation at the little shindig, the author said to me, so Carolyn, what do you think of voting contests? And I'm like, I don't like them. And they're like, we don't like them either. The lawyers don't like them. They tell their clients, don't run them. They're rampant with cheaters. They've had to send out cease and desist orders because of the cheating in voting contests. And so getting the most points, it's all about buying. It's bots. I don't think anybody should do them. Oh, April wants to know, what do you think about receipt sweepstakes? I kind of like them because I keep thinking that no one's going to enter them because they take so much time and I should be doing it. And once in a while I do it. I haven't won, but I know people that have won them. And actually, there's 2 different kinds of receipt sweepstakes. So actually, I have one here. So I just went shopping at Freshco. We have Freshco up here. And it says, share your thoughts for a chance to win $1,000 in Freshco gift cards. And I keep thinking, that's a lot of groceries. So I'll probably go enter this one because I have the access code. This one is good. Sometimes they end in a few days. This one ends in 4 weeks. So I have time to go and do it. But the other reason I kept it, and I'll show you here, I circled it. If you buy a product, there's a contest going on up in Canada right now. And if you buy the product and take a picture of your receipt and send it in, you're in to win some swag. So that's kind of a receipt sweepstakes too. So it's a double. I got 2 contests out of this one. So groceries were good today. Okay, so let's see what it... Oh, Danielle wants to know, what are the tricks for trips? Honestly, if I knew that, I'd be going on more trips. Actually, you know what I want you to do, Danielle? Go back and watch my video with Tom Cavalli. He is a master winner of trips. He went on 9 2 years ago in 1 year. It was crazy. And so it's, and I keep trying. Right now I'm working on the radio trips and trying to qualify for those. So I'm trying different techniques, and actually there was a Twitter party last 2 weeks ago, and in 1 hour they gave away a trip at the end. It was crazy. It was like everybody was commenting. So I thought, why not? I'm going to try, because maybe in an hour I'll win a trip. Why not? So I didn't win the trip. So I would try different methods of entering and see if that helps you. Oh, Peggy said she misses his turbo sweeps. Yeah, I never used it, but I know that people that used to use it loved it. Oh, Danielle says, I'm trying to win a trip on Instagram and I need it so bad. Send me some dust. Okay, Danielle, I'll send you some dust. Okay. Thanks for... Oh, this used to make me crazy. Michelle made a great comment. I mail for sweepstake entries, and sometimes the code requests, and most times I don't get a code sent to me. It feels like a waste of stamp and time. Have you ever won a mail-in? Okay, so this is interesting. I've had that happen, where you send it in, and they say, okay, buy something to get the PIN code, or send us a letter, blah, 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 we'll send you a code. And then I've had it where the codes arrive after the contest closed. I'm like, are you kidding me? So that makes me crazy. So if you're going to do those, try to send them in as early as possible, and don't, if it's fairly long or I wouldn't send anything in any later than 2 weeks to close, because you may never see it. A lot of the times now, though, they don't want the mail in their office. They're saying send an email. And I have one mail-in. The last mail-in I won was a social media contest. It was on Twitter. You had to tweet your seat from an airline flight. And there was a no purchase entry option. And I won an airline gift card. And I took my daughter on vacation with that. On summer vacation. We went and saw family. It was awesome. Okay. Yeah, Elaine says, I enter because I want to win for me and my kids. Yeah, so she's winning for and family and friends. So she's like me. A lot of us have that too. Oh, and she saves it for Christmas. Yeah, she does. Yeah, we're the same. We're all soul sweepers. You know, instead of soul sisters, we're all soul sweepers. All of us here in this crazy little group. Okay, let's see what else I got. Okay, so for Canada, Catherine says she uses contestcanada.net, and they have a click on their ending soon to see ones that end soon. So there's another opportunity for those of you who like to enter those at the last minute. Are you Yeah, Candace says, are you sure there's as many sweepstakes? Seems many are struggling with wins. Could there be more sweepers now cutting into our wins? It's a double-edged sword, Candace. There's more sweepstakes and there's more sweepers. But budgets have not changed. So here's what happens. If you have a company and they have $100,000 for sweepstakes for the year. So they used to maybe divide that into like 3 massive promotions, or 4. Let's say it was 120,000. They would do 4 promotions, 1 a quarter, and give away tons of prizes, and there would be mail-ins, and they'd have the mail-in, the original entry blanks in the grocery stores, and they would put it in the magazines, and that's how they would spend that money. So then, that's how they would spend that money. So what they would do is they would divide it up, and it was mail-in. So very few people would be pulling in those things and taking the time to fill them out and mail them in. So the core of sweepers was always winning, and they were winning bigger prizes because of the budgets. And then it started to change to online, and it was easier for people to enter, so more people started entering. And then social media came in. Well, now everybody and his brother are entering because they see it on Facebook, they see it on Twitter, they see it on Instagram. So now they're all entering. The budget's the same, and now the company, again, I said it before, is spending the same amount of money or a little more money, and now they're divvying it up. So they would take that one big promotion and they're going to go, okay, this piece goes to Instagram, this piece goes to Twitter, this piece goes to Facebook, this piece goes to an online promotion, this piece goes to a in-person thing. This is the amount we're going to sponsor radio. And now they've taken that budget and divided it into like 17 pieces. And so it just seems that the prize pools are shrinking and there's more people doing it. So there's more sweepstakes because they're spending it on more arenas, but the prizes are getting smaller because they're dividing it up. I think it's harder to win some of the bigger prizes now because of how companies are running it. I hope that answers your question. Someone said Canada what? Oh, it's contestcanada.net. What I do after these Facebook Lives is I download the video and then I put it on YouTube and then I blog it. And I put the links in the blog for all the things that I mentioned so that people can go back. Terry says, Carolyn, do you think that infamous family in Quebec are still winning? Yeah, I do. I haven't checked in a long time, but pretty sure. Okay. Oh, James wants to know, do you ever enter the text to win contest? I find myself entertaining these because they're super quick and easy. Yes and yes. So in Canada, they don't have as many. But every day I do it, and then I have a couple of friends. I have a little thing on my phone, and then I'll enter, and then I send them a message, and I'll say, text, this word with your name to this number. And they just do it. And it's pretty funny. So, and then, again, go back and watch Tom's. A ton of people are winning text from him. He has a whole text section on iwincontest.com. I think there's some other sites that do it too. But I'm finding it hard to keep track because everyone keeps improving and updating and, go and check the different sites. But yeah. So James, if you're not subscribed to iWin Contest, you better get on it. Oh, and Tom is giving away some free 3-month subscriptions, and his contest from that video doesn't end until the 7th. 2 days. You have 2 days to enter. So, James, go watch that video and enter if you haven't already. Elaine said, I only ever won one thing, voting, and it was a new design on my website. And, yeah. Oh, Karen, congratulations, Carrie. She won a Fitbit 2 weeks ago from Extra Gum with a pick a receipt. Nice. Nice. I want to win a new Fitbit because mine's a couple of years old and it cracked and I super glued it together. Oh, see? Jen won a trip from Text to Win. Text to Win. That seems to be... there you go. Wow, LaRonda says she won too many trips. She just had to turn some down. Boy, talk about a sweeper problem. Like a first world problem, that's a sweeper problem. Yeah, Candace said I won 3 trips in 2 years now. Zip. I'm going to be honest. The last big trip I won was 10 years ago in 2008. And I've won a couple of little ones from then. I won a weekend in Niagara region. It was fun, though. So we went, where did we go? We went St. Catherine. We stayed in St. Catharines, and then we had a limo come and pick us up and take us to all Southern Ontario wineries and wine tour. And we had the coupons, and we got free wine tastings and food. And, oh my God, it was so good. And then we got a gift certificate to go out for dinner. And we ended up going out Father's Day. My dad lives near there. And then we took him out for Father's Day on a whim. It was like totally cool. And so the little trips are good. But yeah, I haven't won a biggie. I'm gunning for a biggie. James won some trips from the radio. Okay, let's see. Oh, Elaine said, did you see the new cream of wheat contest? Need UPC. Do you think it's okay to get them online if you don't have the product? Sure. I used to do it all the time. Mind you, I love cream of wheat, so I might actually go buy some. Okay. Any tips how to get onto the radio contest with an iPhone with fast dial? There's such a thing on sale. Okay. This is funny because I was actually dealing with this today. So here's what happened. When I got a divorce, I moved out, and I used to have a super fast redial phone. And we had a landline for the business, and I let it go. And so I moved here, and I only had my cell phone. And I found some radio stations I could never get through to, and some I could. So I kind of focused on the ones I could dial. Sometimes I found if I used their main phone number, it wouldn't get through. But if I used their 800 number, their toll-free number, I would get through. So try that. Then I also have them on speed dial in my phone. So I've made them all my favorites. I have like every radio station that I like to listen to as a favorite. And their contest line is locked in. So I just have to hit quick. Then about 3 weeks ago, I get a call from my service provider. And they say, hey, we're going to take you. You're paying this much money at 100 megapixels for your internet. We're going to increase your speed by 50%, and we're going to give you a home phone line and basic cable for $5 less. So, of course, I thought, wow, they are really desperate to get people taking home phone. And because they're pretty much giving it away. So I thought, you know what? I'd been kind of thinking that I really wanted to see if I get back into doing it with a landline because I think it might be faster. And it was a wired phone, not the cordless phones. So I had them put it in, and I called my ex, and I said, hey, do you still have that box with all those old phones in it? And he can't find it. I'm like, damn, I lost my contest phone. I should have taken it with me, even though I didn't have a landline. But I was trying to purge. You know, we honestly, in life, we have so much stuff. We don't need so much stuff. So then, so I've got some friends digging around now trying to see if they can find me a wired phone. But in the meantime, I got an old wireless one. So I got it yesterday. So I set it up, and then today was the first chance I had to look at it. It says no, you see that? It says no line. So then I call my service provider. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not working. So now they're trying to escalate it and find out. So I finally get a phone. I think, oh, good, I'm going to start dialing. Nothing. So I'm going to keep testing it. I'm going to see if I can find a wired phone. But I think you have to go, I honestly think I might have to go back to the landline just so I can win sweepstakes on the radio. Because I sit here, it's actually one of my favorite ways to enter right now because I'm so busy. I can leave and I can see my little radio, which I won. It was like one of the first things I won. I think I won that in like 2002. No, before that. I think I won it I must have won it in 2001. It's been around a while. So I listen to the radio, and that way I'm working, and I can just grab the phone, and I can dial on my cell, I can dial on the phone, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, Elaine said, hey, one day we will meet. Yes, ma'am, we will. Danielle says, what is it in Canada? Oh, it's Canada, contestcanada.net is the one that has the last chance, ending soon. But a lot of them have, just go look at your favorite aggregate and see what offerings they have. Okay. Yeah, see, Susan says local radio stations and sports channels she's had the most luck with. So local ones, right? You're dialing in your immediate area. And some people are luckier than others because I was talking to a woman, she lives in Ottawa, and it's a much smaller region. It's like going from Chicago to Dayton, Ohio. you still have your local TV and radio, but the market is smaller and your odds of winning are already up, right? Okay. So again, it's Tom Cavalli from iwincontest.com. If you go back a few videos after this is over, don't dump me now, you'll see the details. Or if you go to my website, contestqueen.com, and look at the videos, I have the links. And then if you go to the blog, not only do I have the video, but I also have all the links in there that I promised, and people, you connect with him. Because you also want to connect with him on Facebook. He does amazing Facebook Lives too. I know that Mitch has said we don't need so much stuff, says the contest queen, trying to win stuff. I do, yeah, that's kind of ironic, isn't it? But I like to win stuff that I'm going to use, or things that I'm going to experience. So you'll see me, not this week, but next week. I'm very excited. I'm finally going to meet Dave Lackey. I've tried for years and years and years to try and win one of his event things where he invites like 20 or 30 people to a special dinner or breakfast or product launch, and they get samples and gifts and prizes and get a chance to meet him. And I've been trying for years, and I swear I must have started following him when he had 100 people on Twitter. Like, I found him right at the beginning, and now he has like a gazillion, and he gives away prizes all over the world. And I keep trying. I've won 3 prizes from him over the years, like very far apart. And so I'm going to the, oh my God, what's the hashtag? Maybe I should look it up. It's called the, and oh, for the Canadians, they're having a, actually his stuff, is it global? I don't know if it's global. So let me just look here on Twitter. It is, I'll look at my feed because I tweeted it today. Okay. Oh, it's the Fume Scent Lounge. Okay, their tweet says, we're looking forward to taking part in our very first VIP Twitter party hosted by Dave Lackey on February 13th. Be sure to follow along and use the hashtag Fume Scent Lounge for the chance to win great prizes from Dave. So check that out. I've tweeted it. So go to my Twitter feed at Contest Queen and check it out. I'm so excited. And I'm trying to decide what I'm going to wear, because I live in yoga pants and long sleeve t-shirts, and I'm comfy, and I get to dress up. I'm so excited. I get to wear high heels. Yeah, okay, let's see. Yeah, Elaine said she's won from him. I know, he's awesome. Oh yeah, Melinda makes a good tip. Local radio stations in my area have contests where you can sign up as a member and enter their contest. I want a concert or movie tickets at least once a month. I love to go out for free. Yeah, so do I. Oh, Alicia says bring him Earl Grey tea. He loves that tea. That would be amazing. Yeah, I think I'll bring him a little something. That's a good idea. And actually, one of the members of our Sweepstakes club went to high school with him, and she has a picture of him in high school. She showed me on her phone. She took it. It's him in high school with a head full of black hair. I'm like, you have to message him. Oh my God, it's so cool. Yeah, Elaine says he runs the best contest. Yes, he does. He's so efficient. He's a fantastic marketer, and his team, because let's face it, he does not do this alone, is really amazing. Okay, let's see. Did I miss anything else? Yeah, Elaine said, oh my God, you're going. So this is, oh yeah, so I didn't, so after, on top of that, I won 2 years ago to go to one of these things. And between when I entered and my daughter was getting braces, and she had to have dental surgery before getting the braces, and we had to cancel it for other crazy things twice, and then I booked it for that morning, and we couldn't anymore because the braces were going on. So this was our last chance, and I had to email Dave and say, oh my God, please give it to somebody else. I can't come. My daughter's got to have dental surgery, and I can't. This is her health is important, and I need to. So I was so disappointed I gave it up. So I've been trying for 2 years to win it again, and I'm like, this time I'm coming. That's it. And actually, in other times, it was always on nights or mornings I couldn't go, so I just didn't even enter because I don't want to turn down a prize. So let's see what else. Oh, but you have to give him a hug for me. Oh my God, I'm going to tell him all my followers want to hug you. This is from everybody, Dave. Okay, so I think we're good. We're actually at 9 o'clock. And I'm going to go through. I might do this again next week. We'll see how Mondays are turning out. And you know what? There's zero description on this live right now because I had a problem. I was trying to do it on my iPad. I wrote it all out. Then it crashed and it signed me out of Facebook and I had to sign in. I'm like, what is going on? And then all the stuff that I wrote disappeared. So I'm giving out, I'm going to be drawing a prize for this. I can't be the contest queen, not give away prizes when I do this stuff. And I also, it helps me because I'm going to do more research on other aspects of things to draw from. So I'm going to give away one for tonight and one for next week. Like, so if you missed me live and you're catching me later, you can still comment or ask a question. And then I go through and I'm pulling the questions, the new questions, and I'll answer them on the next one. So the first one had so many comments, I didn't even write down all the questions. So I'm going to have to just keep doing these things. And this is fun. I really like it. Okay, I think that's good. Any other, okay, so just before I sign off, is there any other questions? I don't see any. Okay, so I'm going to sign off. Make sure, oh, Lynette says hi from Rochester. Oh, you're so close. You know, I live in Oshawa. It's right across the lake from you. So if I probably stood on the top of my house, you could see me. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, so I'm going to post the rules. Then what I do is I download this and I upload it to YouTube. And then I blog it. And then I'm going to have all the rules in the contest. And I'm going to have the rules in the contest. And then you'll have a week. So if you missed some of it or you showed up late and you can watch again later, then do that. And just keep sending me your questions. So, you know, keep asking them. And I will go through, you know, and answer them again. Oh, there's Beth. Yay. And April. Oh my God, these are so fun. I like these Facebook Live things. I'm going to keep doing them. Okay. And, oh yeah, and be at that, apparently there's the Twitter party for Dave. I'm going to be tweeting during it too. How could I not? Can you imagine if I won on a win? Oh my God, that would be awesome. Anyway, I will sign off for now and answer questions later. Bye.